The plan part.
Today is Sunday, 13th of February 2022, and on this beautiful day of the Lord, we are talking about condoms. World Condom Day is celebrated on the 13th of February yearly. In fact, perfect day, a day before Valentines Day. Okay, so it's going to be a social injustice if I don't tell you about this tweet that has been trending for the past couple of days. You might have seen it. The tweet says, fornication is not a Valentine's gift. You know who wrote it now? Solomon Gucci. Okay, so Solomon Bucci, that one, he enter well, like big time. I don't know, from different angles, fornication is not a Valentine's gift. Okay, he's like, bring money to the table, madam, like bring money to the question. Stop spreading your legs as a living sacrifice unto the brother. This your worship is very unreasonable, babe. Then also, he also comes from the perspective that says like, um you know, that thing that the fact that you're having sex with somebody around Valentine's Day doesn't mean that it doesn't excuse it for like fornication. If you believe that it is fornication, you understand, doesn't excuse it. The fact that the calendar dates, like the fact that it's happening around Valentine's Day, doesn't make it love, quote and unquote. It is still saying like it is still fornication. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, so that one enter Uncle Solomon Bucci. That uncle, he knows how to like make really snide comments. Okay, so condoms. Who doesn't know condoms are, what condoms are, and everything? Let's speak small English, Jare. I went to the dictionary for you to check what condom is. Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary. You know, once this thing popped up on my Google, on my Chrome, I was like, I just pictured the traditional Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary. I mean, all the years I carried that hard copy around my life, it never occurred to me to check what condoms are, like in the dictionary. So, but I went to check for you today. Okay, Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary says that a condom is a thin rubber sheath worn on a man's penis during sexual intercourse as a contraceptive or as a protection against infection. Okay, first of all, you guys, this community is so sexist. I mean, there are female condoms, so why are just talking about male condom and everything? I didn't even bother to check if they had any other definition. I just went to Wikipedia straight. So Wikipedia says that a condom is a sheath-shaped barrier device. Is condom a device? Yeah, really? Okay. It is used during sexual intercourse to reduce the probability of pregnancy or STI, that's sexually transmitted infection. There are both male and female condoms, and using them greatly reduces the risk of gonorrhea, HIV/AIDS, hepatitis B, genital herpes, syphilis, and in fact, they wrote a whole lot of things. I don't even want to start bothering myself repronouncing them. I don't want to ruin my teeth today. Okay, so as an educator, I can't help but like extrapolate lessons from this definition. So you remember that he said that it protects against herpes, syphilis, HIV/AIDS, reduces risks of pregnancy, and all of those stuff. But there are some things that weren't mentioned. Number one, it doesn't protect you from soul ties. Like using condoms doesn't protect you from soul ties. It doesn't reduce like your probability of getting a heartbreak, aka serving you breakfast. It doesn't change the fact that when you have sex with somebody, like there's usually a transfer of spirit. It doesn't change that. Sex does not like reduce your body count and all of those kind of stuff. So do you understand it? Do you understand the fact that as much as sex can condoms can protect you on the physical space, you understand, it may not protect you on the mental space, on the emotional space, on the spiritual space, you understand? Okay, so using condom is actually generally advantageous, really. And it comes in different shapes, sizes, like actually for men, like they are, even for women, for men they are like extra large, small, and everything. Then it comes in different flavors. I mean, even Durex, if you go to a supermarket and you're observing, you see different flavors: apple, banana, strawberry. I've seen one blue one before. Don't mind me, I'm just always looking at stuff and observing my environment. Okay, so using condom is actually generally advantageous, except the fact that some people say they like it flesh to flesh, they like it skin to skin. I don't know, my parents was not hearing this. There's this thing about, I think it's an African parent thing, that they expect children to know nothing about sex, know nothing about stuff until they get married, and on the wedding day the knowledge is all jump on you. Hallelujah. Okay, I'm just joking about my parents not hearing this, like it's fine, trust me. Okay, so there's this stuff I actually heard, like heard some months ago, and I was quite curious about it. I went doing a Google search and all of that, and asking questions all around. I heard that in France, in secondary schools, oh, there are condom vending machines. Like, it's like having a condom dispenser in schools, and mostly it is even free. So I was just thinking, like, in secondary school, and like, really, that made me, like, in preparation for this episode. So we did something at Plamper Consult. What we did was that on our social media handles, we put out polls. We said that we're asking if people think that in Nigerian secondary schools we should have those kind of condom vending machines, and in fact, only 13% of our respondents felt like the students should have condom vending machines, and the remaining 87% were like, no, like we should just leave it at condom education. And condom education is really a thing. I mean, even if we are not giving out like actual condoms to secondary school students, for on different bases, like on the basis of morality, on the basis of like, do you really want to empower them to do certain stuff and all, especially maybe at junior secondary school level, or at any point, if you feel, oh no, we shouldn't give this their students condom in Nigeria, I mean, or wherever we are in the world, but I think we shouldn't deny them from condom education. They actually, secondary school age students should know about condom education. It is a very good way to enlighten them, educate them, and even aside that self, it is, if you don't tell them the truth, they will go look for the information by themselves, especially this very inquisitive generation. You can be sure they will go look for them. So, and then you would also be preventing a lot of um teenage pregnancy and all, because ignorance is not always bliss at all. Like, ignorance isn't always bliss. As much as we tell our children what to do, we really can't control, like in actual fact we can't be with them 24/7 and to control exactly what they decide to do with their lives. So I think condom education is something that we should actually give to students, like talk about, especially during sex education in schools. Chip it in that there's something called condom. Okay, so at this point I really need to ask you a question. What was like the first time that you saw a condom, like an open condom? Like, when was the first time, like at what age were you, and was like your funniest condoms, like mishap story that you have heard? So let me answer the second question. My funniest condom mishap story that I've heard, I read it online actually. It was written by a Nigerian, foreign enough, that he was making love with his lover, and then the condom went so deep inside her that they couldn't remove it. So I can't just imagine how weird that would have been, that they had to go to the hospital and it was the doctor that removed it for them. I was like, oh my god. So tell me, let's know in the comment section. Number one, at what age were you when you saw like a condom, not wrapped, like a condom in all its glory? And secondly, what's your scariest condom mishap story? I just told you mine. Okay, so let me read you a couple of condom quotes. I mean, I love to read quotes a lot, and you might be wondering which one is condom quotes. I brought you really, really nice and juicy ones. Listen and be blessed. Spike Milligan says contraception should be used in every conceivable occasion. So any occasion that something can happen, please use a condom. You understand me? Mokokama Mokokoma says millions of deaths wouldn't have happened if it weren't for the consumption of alcohol. The same can be said about millions of births. You understand? Millions of deaths wouldn't have happened if it weren't for the consumption of alcohol. The same can be said about millions of births. So you understand? Andrew Smith says expired condoms are like nuclear waste. There is nothing sensible you can do with it. And this is very, very important. Like, I really need to even say this at this point that guys, condoms actually expire. Condoms do expire. You need to check out the expiration date. You know, one of the reasons people have condom feels like maybe they use condom and the lady still got pregnant and everything. One of the reasons could be that the condom maybe tore inside her and like there was a spill, or the condom was already expired. So if the condom is expired, there's a very high probability that there will be like tiny holes inside, and it will just slip a little, just sperm will just spill into the lady. So you grab. Next quote, he says, Colio says, put a condom in their hand and hope it doesn't burst. Put a condom in their hand and hope it doesn't burst. Okay. Richard Branson, our dear Richard Branson, he says, the best advice I got from my dad, wear a condom. The best advice I got from my dad, wear a condom. So I hope you will tell your children. Did you get this kind of advice from your parents? And I hope you'll be open enough to tell your children stuff like this. Okay, let me read another quote to you. Robert Robin says, condoms aren't completely safe. A friend of mine was wearing it and got hit by a bus. Like, a friend of mine was wearing, he said a friend of his was wearing condom and they still served his friend breakfast. So it's not entirely safe. The last one I would say, I'll read out to you, is by Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu. In fact, the name even sounds very gangster. Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu. He says, fear is the condom of life. It doesn't allow you enjoy things. Very deep stuff. Fear is the condom of life. It doesn't allow you enjoy things. Alright, so this episode is dedicated to the celebration of World Condom Day, and it was nice to be on the show with you today. Sorry we didn't introduce ourselves in the beginning, like the gist was too hot. So this is Plant Path Podcast. Plant Path Podcast is your choice hub for book reviews and insightful conversations like this. You should actually scroll back and listen to a lot of other amazing episodes that we have. And this show is brought to you by Plant Path Consult. Plant Path Consult is your place for instructional design, teacher training, counseling, collaborations for your project. For example, if you have a project, NGO project, or whatever kind of project that you need to go to a secondary school, you need speakers, you need logistics support, collaborations, let's do magic together. Contact us. In fact, contact us for everything conceivable, everything you can think about education. This is your hub for it, and this is your plug. You can reach us to us at planpathc@gmail.com, or on our Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn account, Plant Path Consult everywhere. We're also on TikTok. Just do a Google search and you would see us there. Plant Path Consult, or you can Google Plant Path Podcast. Okay, so this show was brought to you by Oluwatosin Mugbadwande. I'm your host on the show, and it was really nice to have this episode with you. Thanks for listening up to this point. Ensure that you listen to it over and over again. share with your friends. I mean, this is too nice and hard to enjoy alone. Share with your friends, and have a very nice time. I would see you in our next episodes. Actually, we drop our episodes every Fridays, except for international celebrations that fall on other days like this. You understand? So every Friday, be sure that I will drop something exciting for you. Have a nice day. Have a nice week. Valentine's Day is tomorrow. If you haven't got a boo, enjoy yourself and do anything personally meaningful to you. Remember not to be under any pressure to do anything. Remember what Solomon Bucci says, that fornication is not a Valentine's gift. Enjoy yourself and have a very, very amazing time. See you. Bye.